next station stop.
You're crazy with the heat. Credit is no good for a notion, salesman.
What?
Why not? What's the matter with credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're an ambulance salesman. You're from credit?
No, sir.
Nor anybody else. Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the button hooks.
Cash for the cotton goods. Cash for the hard goods.
Cash for the soft goods. Cash for the fancy goods.
Cash for the noggins and the piggins and the firkins.
Cash for the hogshead, cask and demijohn. Cash for the pickles and the crackers and the fly paper.
Look, what do you talk? 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 Where do you get it? What do you talk?
You can talk, you can bicker. You can talk, you can bicker. You can talk, bicker, bicker, bicker. You can talk all you want, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Well, you gotta know the territory.
It's the Model T Ford. Make a couple, make the people wanna go, wanna get up and go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 22, 23 miles to the county seat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who's gonna patronize a little bitty 2x4 kind of store anymore?
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you get?
Not the Model T at all. Take a dinner at the store, at the modern store, at the present day store. Present day modern departmentalized grocery store.
What do you talk? 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 What do you get? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you get?
You can talk, you can bicker. You can talk, you can bicker. You can talk, bicker, bicker, bicker. You can talk all you want, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't. Well, you gotta know the territory.
Why is that? You need a biscuit in the trouble. You need a put the crackers in a package in a package. You need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package. Make the Cracker Barrel obsolete. Cracker Barrel went out the window with the mouth pouch cut plug charred by the stove. Changed the approach of a traveling salesman, made it pretty hard.
No, it didn't. Well, you gotta know the territory.
Gone with the hogshead, cask and demijohn. Gone with the sugar barrel, pickle barrel, milk can. Gone with the tub and the pail and the tears.
You ever met a fella by the name of Hill? Hill? No.
Just a minute.
Never heard of any salesman Hill. I mean, doesn't know the territory.
What's the fella's line?
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line.
Or the Cracker Barrel being obsolete, or that you need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package of the Model T Ford.
Just a minute.
Never worries about his line.
Never worries about his line?
Or a doggone thing. He's just a bang-beat, bell-ringing, big haul, break go, neck of nothing, rip roaring every time a bullseye salesman. That's Professor Harold Hill.
Tell us, what's his line?
He's a fake, and he doesn't know the territory.
Look, what do you talk? He's a music man. He's a what? He's a music man, and he sells clarinets to the kids in the town with the big trombones and the rat-a-tat drums and the big brass bass, and the piccolo, uniforms too, with the shiny gold braid on the coat and a big red stripe running.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Mandolin picks, perhaps, and here and there a juice hop.
Nah, the fella sells bands, boys' bands. I don't know how he does it, but he lives like a king, and he dallies, and he gathers, and he plucks, and he shines, and when the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And when the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory.
River City. We have crossed the state line into Iowa, population 2,212. Cigarettes are illegal in this state.
All right, if you're all through, I'll tell you about Harold Hill.
You really know Harold Hill?
Never met him in my life. But I know this much. He's given every one of us a black eye. After he's worked the town over, the next salesperson to arrive gets automatically tarred and feathered and rode on to the city limits on a rail. Oh, you think that's funny? Well, wait till it happens to you. Your hair never grows back.
But why should he get brought out time on a rail?
Because in order to sell them kids band instruments and instruments and uniforms, he has to guarantee to teach them to play.
Well?
And to form them kids into a band, with himself as the leader.
What's wrong with that?
He don't know one note from another, that's what's wrong with that. And he don't know a bass drum from a pipe organ. I'll catch up with that swindle do-bit nibble ringer one day, and when I do, I'll squeal on him so loud.
Boy, you're mad, Charlie. Sure like to be around when you catch up with that fella.
Well, it won't be on this trip. Not in Iowa. Even the great Professor Harold Hill wouldn't try to sell them neckboat Hawkeyes down here.
Gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think I'll have to give Iowa a try.
Don't believe I caught your name.
Don't think I dropped it.
Hill. Hill!
Ah, yes. Mr. Squires?
Yes.
I'd like a rig for Sunday if you could accommodate.
And I expect you ought to see the man in charge of hiring rigs, who's late, as usual.
Hey, Greg! Marcellus? No, son! Shh! Greg! Hill's the name now. Harold Hill.
Greg, why didn't you tell me he was coming?
I didn't know I was myself. Besides, how was I to know you'd end up in a little tank town like this? You used to be a pretty big slicker when you were in business with me.
Nah, too many close shaves the way you were. Besides, I got myself a nice, comfortable girl, Ethel Toffmeyer, boss's niece.
Gone legitimate, huh? I knew you'd come to no good.
So, what's the new pitch? Oh, no, you're not back in the van business. I heard you was in, steam automobiles.
I was?
Well, what happened?
Somebody actually invented one.
No.
Now, give me the lowdown first.
Well, you're not going to get anywhere with these stubborn Iowans, Greg. Besides, there's a music teacher here who will expose you before you get your grip unpacked.
Male or female?
A music teacher? Well, she's the librarian around here, so female.
Perfect. Just what I wanted to hear. If you see her pass by, point her out to me.
I will. So, how are you going to start off the pitch?
Same old way. Got to keep that music teacher off balance, and then I've got to get your town out of the serious trouble it's in.
Greg, River City ain't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. You remember what it's like. So, what's new around here? What can I use?
Well, nothing. Except the billiard parlor's just got a new pool table.
They never had a pool table before?
Nope, only billiards.
That'll do. Thanks, Marsh. Oh, and don't forget, music teacher.
Music teacher.
Ah, you must be Mr. Dunlop.
Why, yes.
Either you're closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you're not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, I said, trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player. Certainly mighty proud to say, I'm always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with a cue in my hand are golden. Help me cultivate horse sense, and a cool head, and a keen eye. Do you ever think you can try and give an ironclad leave to yourself from a 3-rail billiard shot? Just as I say, it takes judgment, brains, and maturity to score in a ball-line game, I say that any boo can take and shove a ball in a pocket. And I call that sloth. The first big step on the road to the depths of day, or dare I say first, it's a little medicinal wine from a teaspoon neck, beer from a bottle. And the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a pinchback suit. And listen to some big out-of-town Jasper, hearing him talk about horse race gambling. Not a wholesome trot race, no, but a race where they set down right on a horse. Never hear some stuck-up jockey boy sitting on Dan Patch making blood boil? Well, I should say. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets on the table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum with a capital B, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. And all week long, your River City youth be frittering away. I said, your young men be frittering. Frittering away their noontime, summertime, showtime too. Get the ball in the pocket, never mind getting dandelions pulled in the screen or patch with a beefsteak pounded. Never mind pumping any water till your parents are caught with a cistern empty on a Saturday night, and that's trouble. Oh yes, you got lots and lots of trouble. I'm thinking of the kids in the Knickerbocker, shirt-tail young ones speaking in a pool all winter after school. You got trouble. Folks, right here in River City. Trouble with that capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. Now I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while we're loafing around that hall? They're trying out beat, trying out Cubans, trying out tailor-mades like cigarette beads, and bragging all about how they're gonna cover up a telltale breath with sense. And one fine night, they leave the pool hall headed for the dance in the army. Libertine men and scarlet women and ragtime. Shameless there's another drink from sun, your daughter with the arms of a jungle, animal instinct, mass hysteria. Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground. Trouble. Oh, we got trouble. City. Right here in the city. And that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. That stands for pool. We surely got trouble. We surely got trouble. City. Right here. We gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school. Our children gotta have trouble. Mothers of River City. Heed the warning before it's too late. Look for the telltale signs of corruption. When your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee? Is there a nicotine stain on his index finger? A dime novel hidden in the cord crib? Is he starting to memorize jokes from Captain Billy's whiz-bang? Are certain words starting to creep into his vocabulary? Words like swell, oh, and so's your old man. If so, my friends, we got trouble. Oh, we got trouble. City. Right here in the city. See that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. That stands for pool. We surely got trouble. We surely got trouble. City. Right here. Remember the Maine, Plymouth Rock, and the Golden Rule. Our children gonna have trouble. Oh, we're in trouble. We're in terrible, terrible trouble. That game with the 15-numbered balls and the devil's tool. Devil's tool. Trouble. Oh yes, we got trouble here. We got big trouble. The capital T. That rhymes with P. Stands for pool. That stands for
Dear, don't cry. Oh, you have lots of time. I'm sorry, Miss Marion. Can I play my crosshand piece?
May I?
May I play my crosshand piece?
May.
See, without a sweetheart, you have no one to say goodnight to on the evening star.
I know, dear, but for now I say good night, my someone. You can put the name in when the right someone comes along.
All right, I guess it's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece.
Now I may play my crosshand piece.
Good night, my someone, good night, my love. Sleep tight, my someone, sleep tight, my love. Our star is shining bright. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good night. True love can be whispered from heart to heart. When lovers are parting, they say. But I must depend on a wish and a star, as long as my heart doesn't know. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they may, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good night. Good night. Good night.
Now I'm sure we're all grateful to my wife, Eulalie McKechnie-Shin, for leading the singing, and to J.C. Squires for his fine stereoptician slides. And to Ethel Toffelmeyer, our fine piano player. Now, as mayor of River City, I'd like to welcome you, River Citizens, to the 4th of July exercises held in the indoors here at Madison Gymnasium. Account the weather. 4-score-and-7. Years. The members of the school board will now present a patriotic tablet. The members of the school board will not present a patriotic tablet. Some disagreement about The Owatonna girls of the local wigwam of Owatonna will present the spectacle, My Wife. In which my wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shin, will take a leading part.
I will now count to 20 in the Indian tongue. In, teen, tata, feather.
Who set off that trigger?
I know who did it. Tommy Jules said Tommy Jules did it. Yes,
Tommy Jules?
Mrs. Shin will recover. No thanks to a certain young ruffian who's a disgrace to our community. 4 scores! The Payne's fireworks spectacle, last days of Pompeii, will take place, providing the rain stops by 9:30. It'll be over to Madison Picnic Park, across the creek from the pest house.
How can it be raining? Did the Gazette predict fair?
Sure did, Ewer. That's why we all prepared for a storm.
The Gazette's accurate most of the time, and you know it, JC.
You wouldn't last very long in the banking business being accurate most of the time.
Now, just a minute here, let's have order. Order!
Number 8's late again tonight.
I make her early.
She's late, all right. She's right on time. What's the matter with your watch?
Will you school board never stop bickering in public?
All in the world has
Never mind! 4
We heard
scores!
there's a pool table in town.
That's what I heard.
4 score and
Well, is it a pool table or isn't it?
That's right. Will you allow me to get on with my exercises?
We don't want any more exercises until we get this pool table matter settled.
Let's protect our children. Consistency and corruption. Fight that devil and keep our young boys pure. Friends, may I have your attention, please? Attention, please. I can deal with this trouble, my friends, with a wave of my hand, this very hand. Please observe me, if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize the River City Boys Band. Just think, my friends, how can any pool table ever hope to compete with a gold trombone? Remember, my friends, what a handful of trumpet players did to the famous, fabled walls of Jericho. A billion parlors came tumbling down. Oh, fatal to it, my friends. Oh, yes, I mean a boys' band, you hear me? I said River City's got to have a boys' band, and I mean she needs it today. Well, Professor Harold Hill's on hand, and River City's going to have a boys' band. And as sure as the Lord made little green apples, that band's going to be in uniform. Johnny, Willie, Teddy, Fred. And you'll see the glitter of crashing cymbals. And you'll hear the thunder of rolling drums. The shimmer of trumpets. Dun-da-da! And you'll feel something akin to the electric thrill that I once felt. When Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, the great Creator, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on the very same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun, with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 leaves springing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottom timpani and horse platoons, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double-belled euphoniums and big bassoons, each bassoon having his big fat say. There were mountain cannon in the battery, thundering, thundering louder than
reaction. I haven't seen Iowa people get so excited since the night Frank Dodson straight into Lewis lay on the mat for 3.5 hours without moving a single muscle. But never mind. I want that small letters credentials. Grab that hoodlum. He'll spoil a piece of shit.
Thank you, Professor. Gotta make an example out of him. Ringleader, you know. If he does, the gang does.
You want a kid? His father's one of the day laborers south of town. You want a kid? Taking out matron after my oldest girl last Sunday.
I wasn't either tagging.
Don't you contradict
We
me.
just walked in together. Geely Clyde.
You want your phraseology. I know what she was doing. My little Gracie Senior. Now, if I ever catch you with my daughter again, you'll hear from me till who laid the rails. Hill, I'll talk to you Monday morning about this band thing. Over at City Hall, 10 o'clock sharp. Men, I want the spellbinder's credentials.
Constable. I'll be responsible for the boy.
You don't know this kid. He's tough because gangway outside.
Oh, I think I'll manage. Tommy, I want to talk to you about being in the band.
Oh, gee, Professor, that's for the little kids.
I'm not talking about playing in it. You're mechanically minded, aren't you? Ever do anything with perpetual motion?
Nearly happened a couple of times.
You did? Then you're my man. Do you realize that no one has ever invented a music holder for a marching piccolo player? No place to hold the music.
Oh, Geely Clyde! Wonder I could get some wire from.
Look at yourself. That's where people keep wire. Oh, Tommy?
Yes, sir.
Now, Constable, I'll show you how to break up a gang.
Young lady.
Miss, what's your name?
Zanita, I didn't have any idea he was beckoning to me. He got.
Do you know Tommy Giles?
Well,
Tommy, this is Zanita. Escort the young lady home.
only exception I'm not going home. I have to go to the library. He got.
Then escort the young lady home by way of the library, by way of the campus.
Yes, sir. Do I have to?
You have to.
Yes, sir.
He got.
Professor, you're a pretty bright young man. You've made a few mistakes, though.
Oh?
The mayor happens to own the billiard parlor and the new pool table.
Oh. What was my second mistake?
That's Anita. It's the mayor's oldest girl.
Just a minute, Professor Hill. We'd like to have your credentials.
Academic
School board.
certificates.
Nothing of the kind.
We need letters and papers.
Make him put up a bond.
What am I hearing? Say, ice cream.
Well, I scream, but I don't sing, young man.
All right. Talk then.
Down here, ice cream. Talk slow. Ice cream.
You see, singing is only sustained talk. Now you. Now you right here. Ice cream. Now you, sir.
Ice
Ladies, now on you'll never see one of those men without the other three.
Ice cream. I think we need each other.
Ice cream. How can there be any sin insincere? Where is the good in goodbye, in goodbye? Your apprehensions confuse me, dear. Your apprehensions confuse me, dear. Puzzle and mystify, tell me what can be fair in farewell, dear, while one single star shines above. How can there be any sin insincere?
a Saturday night rowdy at a public dance hall.
Oh, I wouldn't know about something like that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana, gold medal class of '05.
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you a right to follow me around wherever I go? And another thing, Mr. Hill. I'm not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some of the people in this town, and I think it's only fair to warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books in there that may give me some very interesting information about you.
So, how'd you make out with that music teacher?
Scrumptious. Ate out of my hand the minute I tipped my hat.
You did she? Boy, did you cut a swap tonight. For a minute, even I thought you knew something about leading a band. Say, just like that band concert fellow. Back in Joplin?
Oh, kid stuff. I'm in rare form these days, son. So just you keep your eye on me for the next 4 weeks.
4 weeks? Used to only take 10 days for the instruments to come.
Still does. But it takes 4 weeks for the uniforms.
Oh no, Greg, you haven't added uniforms?
Uniforms and instruction books.
Instruction book? Greg, you cannot pass yourself off as a music professor, not for any 4 weeks.
Marcellus.
You don't know one note from another, Greg.
I have a revolutionary new method called the think system, where you don't bother with notes.
But in 4 weeks, the people will want to be hearing music. You're going to have to lead the band.
But in 4 weeks, the uniforms arrive and they forget everything else. At least long enough for me to collect and leave. This is a refined operation, son, and I've got it timed right down to the last wave of the brakeman's hand and the last train out of town. And now, Mr. Washburn, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, you're going to line yourself up a little canoodling, huh?
Well,
Say, I could fix you up with Ethel's sister. Lovely girl, teaches Sunday school.
no wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent Sunday school teacher for me. That kind of girl spins webs no spider ever... Listen, boy. A girl who trades on all that purity merely wants to trade my independence for her security. The only affirmative she will file refers to marching down the aisle, a golden, glorious, gleaming, pristine goddess. No, sir, for no Diana do I play fawn. I can tell you that right now. Eyes on eyes, how can ignorance be compared to bliss? I smoke, I fizz, for the lady who knows what time it is. I cheat and I rave, for the virtue I'm too late to save. The sadder but wiser girl for me. Sir, that kind of child ties knots no sailor ever knew. I prefer to take a chance on a more adult romance. No dewy young miss who keeps resisting all the time she keeps insisting. No wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent female. No, sir, why she's the fisherman, I'm the fish, you see. I when the loss of the delicate air goes by, I smile and I greet when the gal with a touch of sin walks in. I hope and I pray for Hester to win just one more A. The sadder but wiser girl's the girl for me. The sadder but wiser girl for me.
Professor Hill, you're all agog, simply agog.
On the KB!
Everyone's so excited about the band.
I'm
Ethel Toppmeyer, the pianola girl.
And this is Mrs. Hicks, and this is Mrs. Squires. And you would have had to met our mayor's wife, Eulalie McKechnie. Isn't it exciting, Eulalie?
Oh, I couldn't say. Oh, no, I couldn't say. Not at this time. My husband will wish to investigate, I'm sure. And naturally, I'm reticent. Oh, yes, I'm reticent.
But of course, Mrs. Shin. But you see, part of my plans include a committee on the dance. No, wait. Wait, do that again, Mrs. Shin. Your foot, the way you raised it just then.
Oh, well, I have a bunion there.
Oh, my grace! What natural flow of rhythm, what expression of line and movement.
Mr. Hill.
You must accept the chairmanship for the ladies' auxiliary for the classic dance, mustn't she, ladies? Every move you make, Mrs. Shin, bespeaks Del Salt. Really say yes, Mrs. Shin.
Really, McKechnie? Well, dancing.
Then you accept?
Oh, why, yes,
Now, the young lady who plays the piano, Marion Peru, I believe. After all, she is the librarian. Madison Hospital, Madison Gymnasium, Madison Picnic Park. That Miser Madison?
Exactly! Who do you think he was anyway?
Well, I should say, show off. Gave the town the library too, did he?
Well, that's just it. When he died, he left the library to the city.
But he left all the books to her.
She was seen going and coming from his place.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That woman made brazen overtures with a tip-tip guarantee. She had a golden flint and a rhyme of silver, pointing to the ring. Just got her down and knew the feel of lovely things on the steel. Here, where a woman's heart. In the city, the library, moving, watching bells, all the books to shelter.
I have.
What would you like to take out?
The librarian.
Quiet, please.
The librarian. You're not listening, Marion. Look. 6 Steelies, 8 Aggies, a dozen Peewees, and 1 big glass with an American flag in the middle. Think I'll drop them? No! Madam Librarian, what can I do, my dear, to catch your ear? I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, heaven help us if the library caught on fire and the volunteers brigade men had to whisper the news to them. What can I say, my dear, to make it clear? I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marian, if I start
lost in my what you would call it. I could be lying on the floor unnoticed till my body turned to Night of my Ladies dance committee meets Tuesday nights. Marshmallow?
Well, Tommy, you've had a pretty good morning. 11 sales out of 12 tries. Tell you what, it's almost noon. Why don't you get some dinner? I'm going to try a few by myself.
All right. Goodbye, Professor.
Thanks, Tommy.
Just a minute here. Are you soliciting? You haven't got a license.
Why, no, Mayor, should I collect doorbells? This particular specimen...
Flattery will not avail you. Soliciting is statutory in this county. Now, fees without a permit. Now, why haven't you been out City Hall with your papers yet?
I just missed you. Mr. Mayor, your hand. Oh, no.
What? What?
That spread of the little finger. It's hereditary.
Oh, it is. What does that mean?
It means that your son's little finger is perfectly situated to operate the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
that good?
Good. It means that America has at last produced an artist who can flugel the minute waltz in 50 seconds.
Where can I get one of those horns?
Sign right here, Mr. Mayor. That'll be $17 import fee.
Yes, sir. And to think, I could have missed this hole. Wait a minute. I haven't got any sun. You want clipless blue white night? You want stimulus? You'll be down with your bygone papers at City Hall at 3 o'clock.
You mean this afternoon?
I couldn't make myself any plainer if I was a Quaker on his day off.
Mrs. Peru, do you realize that you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
If your boy has that same firm chin and those splendid cheek muscles, by George, not that he could ever really be great, you understand.
Oh, is that so? And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the really great cornet players were Irish. O'Clark, O'Mendez, O'Klein.
But you see, Professor, we are Irish.
No. Well, that settles it. Signed right here, Miss Peru. Your boy was born to play the cornet. Fine. That'll be $7 earnest money. Not a penny more due till the first installment, payable at the opening of band practice. Thank you. And of course, I'll need the boy's measurements for his uniform.
His uniform?
Hi there, son. Why, certainly his uniform. And not a penny due till delivery, which gives him 4 weeks to anticipate, to imagine, to enjoy, at no cost whatsoever. Never allow the demands of tomorrow to interfere with the pleasures and excitement of today.
Would it have
A stripe? Certainly, my boy. A wide red stripe on either side. What do you think about that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day, even to us. And if he joins the boys' band, you'll have St. Michael's own way with you. But out of anybody, I bet you can. Out of a crowd, I'd pick you for a hod-carrying, clay-pipe-smoking, shamrock-wearing, terrace-hauling, minstrel-singing Irishman. Oh, the gobble bejabbers, where are you from, my boy?
Gary, Indiana.
Oh, I knew it. It was... Where did you say?
Gary, Indiana. As a matter of fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
What's she now?
Gold middle class, about 5. How do you do, Miss Peru?
How to do, Mr. Hill?
Of course, Peru. I thought the name sounded familiar. I've been trying to see.
He wants to put Winthrop in the band. We're not interested, Mama. But Mary and the boy might have his father's musical gift.
Oh, your husband musical? Well, I'd like to have a talk
Do
with
you
him.
barge into everyone's homes like this, prying into personal matters? We are not interested.
Well, that's 1 for and 1 against. Why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
Oh. I'm sorry. But that's all the more reason why your brother should have something like this.
My brother is a 10-year-old problem child who doesn't understand why his father was taken away from him. Would you care to explain that to him? He's been brooding about it for 2 years now. And as for your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with the next carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks? Miss Brew, I hardly think she likes the idea. Oh, a little cautious, perhaps, but I admire that in a woman. Just keep me alive and I'll be around later in the week.
Oh, 1 moment, Professor. About the boy's measurements. I make all of his clothes. Sleeve, 21. Waist, 18. Crotch, 13.
Thank you. And now I really must get back to the hotel.
You'll have to excuse Marion, Professor. She's not really...
Don't worry. I'm sure at heart she's as lovely as yourself. Good day to you.
Has he gone? He has, and I hope not forever. Darling, don't you ever think of your future? Gold medal class about 5 now, darling. Now, Mama, surely a girl's future does not depend on encouraging every fast-talking, woman-chasing, traveling man who comes to town. And the fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me. All right, darling, all right. Only it's a well-known principle that if you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in another, you'll never strike much of a fire. Mom. Winthrop, Winthrop, I know you're there. Will you please run to the library and ask Miss Grubb to get the book that I set aside? It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large blue volume with gold writing.
I have to.
Oh, you won't have to talk to anyone. I've written it all down. Thank you, dear.
Now what are you up to? What do you need books for at this hour of the night?
Well, I have a feeling the Indiana Journal might help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
What I give up. At your age, if you don't mind me asking, what sort of white knight do you expect to come riding along?
Well, I'm not waiting for Luther Grider, who backs me in the ancient history shelf every time he comes to the library.
He does?
And Ed Gammage and his buggy with the removable back seat. But I'm not waiting for a man in shining white armor either.
My white knight, never Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, what my heart would say if it only knew how. Please, divine us, show me love. All I want is a plain man. All I want is a modest man, a quiet man, a gentleman, a straightforward and honest man to sit with me in a cottage somewhere in the state of Iowa, and I would like him to be more interested in me than he is in himself, and more interested in us than in me. And if occasionally he'd ponder what makes Shakespeare and Beethoven great, him I could love till I die. Him I could love till I die. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, let me walk with him where the others might be. One can't love him till I
Zinnia!
Tommy, Papa and Mama are sitting right over there in the bank. Be gone.
Well, then meet me after dinner.
I can't. It's Epworth League night. Meet you where?
The footbridge.
You see, isn't that just what I said? Last time a lumberyard and now the footbridge. And where do you expect me to meet you after that? In the black hole of Calcutta? Ye gods.
Well, I only wanted to show you my invention.
What invention?
My music holder for marching piccolo player. Well, it still has a couple of minor flaws, you see. When you have it tight enough to keep the music steady, you cut off the circulation in your fingers and you can't wiggle them anymore, and meanwhile, you can go blind.
Tommy, it's Papa.
Now, was that the very first thing I said, or is it?
Yes, George.
Yes, the very first thing I said, or I'll eat hay with the horse. Grab that spellbinder's credentials, I said. Morning of July 4th, 1912. And now look. My wife is off dancing and at any and all hours is attending to the whole.
George,
the school board members are singing up and down the alley instead of attending to city matters. My little scroll is off booted around some wild kid. And my business has fallen off so far I can't run the balance sheet.
Mayor Shin, I found some very, very interesting information about Professor Hill's alma mater in this book.
His who?
His university.
Oh, I know all about that. Gary Conservatory, class of about 5.
Yes.
That's the only thing I can ever get out of it.
Yes, but if you'll just read a little bit about the conservatory, you won't have to read much farther. Oh, it's on page...
Papa! Papa, the Wells Fargo wagon is just coming from the depot!
Wells Fargo wagon? And this is out of the name? Nonsense! Wells Fargo wagon!
It could be the bandit Schmitz!
The bandit Schmitz?
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Oh, please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be.
I got a box of maple sugar on my birthday. And once I got a grapefruit from Tampa. Nobody sent me a bathtub and a crosscut saw.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. A prepaid surprise for COT.
Birthday partition or a double boiler could be.
Yes, it could be. Yes, you're right. It surely could be. Something very, very special now. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Oh, don't let it pass my door. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what he was coming for.
I got some cinnamon from Seattle, Washington.
I hope I get my raisins from Fresno.
DA Honor sent a cannon for the courthouse square.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down. I don't know how I can ever wait to see. It could be something for someone who is really excited to see. Something special, just for me.
Men, you will each receive individual instruction in due course. In the meantime, stay off the streets, get acquainted with your instruments, and practice the minuet in G. La da 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 da.
Sister, isn't this the most scrumptious solid gold thing you ever saw? I never thought I'd ever see something so scrumptious as a scrumptious solid gold thing. Sister!
Round 1 for you, Mr. Hill. And I better hear some bygone tooting out of those horns in pretty short order, and I'll see you in front of the grand jury over at the county seat. Now, Miss Marion, about that book.
Come, George, take us Cougars.
You want your phraseology. I gotta get this book from Miss Marion.
The ladies' dance committee meets Tuesday nights at the high school.
1 Grecian herb, 2 Grecian herb, and the fountain. Trickle, trickle, trickle. Splendid, ladies. Oh, yes. I predict that our Delsart display will be the highlight of the ice cream sociable. All right, Mr. Dunlop, when you're ready. And ladies, don't make me tell you again. I won't. Always keep your face to the audience. All right.
It's you in the sunrise, it's you in my car.
It's you all the way into town.
It's your sweet hello dear that sets me up. And it's your got to go dear that gets me down. It's you on my pillow in all of my dreams, till once more the morning breaks through. What words could be saner or truer or plainer than it's you, it's you.
Smile, girls.
Yes, it's you. Oh, yes, it's you.
Mr. Washburn, we're entitled to 5 more minutes.
Do you think you can hold these kids back to go right now? Start her up, Mr. Washburn. Wait till you see the new stuff at Professor Hilltop.
All right, what'll it be?
This should prove me.
Now, this Why do
You
you
like to do it in front of your back, but
do what? Never mind.
Sydney, you're scared of you. I think you hate to have your own daughter scared of you. Jilly Clyde!
Why you little? If I ever catch you touching my daughter again, no, my God, horseman you till hell won't have it again. Not one poop out of you, madam.
I think he means me.
Is anybody?
Right? How do you get any right around here? Aiding and abetting that swiveling cymbal salesman? You know what I see written all over you? Reform school. Now get out. Get out, you long kid.
Papa, please! It's Capulets like you that make blood in the marketplace. Be gone.
You watch your phraseology, young woman. Now go home. You lady, you tend to your dance.
My dance is
I'll handle Zanina. Taking out with the wrong kids on the wrong side of town.
Now, Mayor Shin, if I could just make you understand.
Well, you can't. And by the way, thanks for nothing. I read that whole book you gave me cover to cover for a whole week and didn't find a single thing.
Mr. Mayor, if I may.
I'll settle your hats as soon as I get these premises off of my oldest girl.
All right, but I just want you to know that I'm vouching for Tommy Gillis. That boy's got the confidence of every kid in town. You'll be standing in line waiting to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members will have to foregather in wheelchairs on account of the broken legs they'll have from tripping over their own beards. Now I'll tell you something, my feathered young... Never mind. Oliver, JC, Ewer, Olin. I want this man's credentials and I want him tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He's slipperier than a Mississippi sturgeon.
So you want us to get his credentials?
Get his credentials or get him in jail. I couldn't have been any clearer if I was a butt hook in a well water.
Professor Hill? I just wanted to let you know that I think Mayor Shin has acted abominably. But I think it was wonderful of you to come to Tommy's defense.
Oh, that was nothing.
Yes, it was.
Oh, no, a man can't dodge the issue every time a little personal risk is involved. What does the poet say? The coward dies 1,000 deaths, the brave man only 500. Of course, the mayor was already pretty angry on account of his building department. Now, well, I suppose a recommendation from a musical authority like yourself would help, but I couldn't ask you to do a thing like that.
Oh, but Professor Hill!
You would?
Oh, I'd be glad to. I just wish I was a little more informed. I've been wanting to talk to you about Winthrop's cornet.
His cornet? Mother of pearl keys.
Oh, I'm sure they're fine. But you see, he never touches it. He sings the minuet and G-D-da almost constantly. Yes, but you see, he never touches it.
Well,
He tells me that you told him it wasn't necessary. He tells me that you've thought of a think system. If he just thinks the minuet in G, he won't have to bother with the notes. Well, now, Professor...
Miss Mary, the think system is a revolutionary method, I'll admit. So was Galileo's conception of the heavens, Columbus's conception of the egg, globe, Bach's conception of the well-tempered clavichord. Now, I cannot discuss these things here in public, but if you'll allow me to call, when may I call?
Oh, any next week.
Pick a little talk, pick a little talk. Let's hear it. Please, pick a little talk, please.
You were so dear, Nancy Mr. Cooper. Pick up the hill tonight.
Chip, 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 take a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little talk, pick a little talk. Chip, 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 chip.
You dance like a fairy princess.
Pick a little talk,
With a little chip chip on your floor.
pick a little chip in your hair.
Silver chip 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 to say. We know that you will soon unfold. Chip chip hearts and words gold. Here, one with a heart.
Chip, 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 chip. Fairy princess. Pick a little talk. Chip, 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 golden shimmer. Pick a little talk. Silver chip to say.
Now let's go.
Pick a little talk. Chip, 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 let's go. Pick a little talk.
When will it touch the tree?
Chip, 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 chip,
Something better, something tall, Mr. Tree. Oh, send me simply a toy and shelter.
pick a little talk.
Tragic kiss and love. Fields and hills.
Chip, 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 chip.
Pick a little talk, a little chip.
Sorry, Professor, but we got our orders.
We all been deputized.
Of course. Let's see now. All week I've tried to give you fellows my references and credentials, but you always seem to get off the topic somehow. Now I have just what you want up in the hotel. Take me a second.
Sorry, afraid I'll have to go with you.
Of course. What's this? A testimonial from Madame Rini, the only female bassoonist ever to appear on the Red Path circuit. Her stage name, of course. Actually, she was from Moline. Lida Rose Quackenbush.
Could I see that for a moment?
Oh, you'll never forget the name. Lida Rose, same as the old song. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose,
To get the
Sun back in the sky. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bells chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Lida Rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fun. Lida Rose, oh, won't you be mine? Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose.
Indiana, let me there, one the girl. Oh, Gary, Indiana.
sociable? Oh, there's time later.
Hey, is Shin still around here somewhere?
Oh, the Shin home is on East Elm. This is West Elm.
Ah, criminy. Hey, I see you're the piano teacher in town. You must know about this fella Hill from the boys' band.
Yes.
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades. Swindling two-bit thimble-rigger? That's why I gotta see Shin. Number 8 only makes a 15-minute water stop. Sure wish it was 20. Wouldn't you like to focus 5 minutes on you, girly girl?
Who are you?
Name's Charlie Cowell, anvil salesman. But right now, I'm out to protect the good name of the traveling fraternity from this swindler.
Well, Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
Oh, big mistake, my old lady's corset cover. That fella's been the raspberry seed of my wisdom tooth just long enough. He spoiled Illinois for me, and he's not spoiling Iowa. Say, what kind of piano teacher are you anyway? You didn't see through him. Why, he's no more professor.
Oh, I know all about that. Band leaders don't pay professor all the time. It's a common deception. But he's a fine director and a scholastic.
Now, wait a minute. Fine director. Have you heard one note of music from any band?
Well, no,
But nothing, girly girl. That man's never formed a band in his life. And he never will.
Oh, but Mr. Cowell? You don't know me yet.
Is that an invitation?
No. I'm just saying I don't know.
Yes, I need more time anyway.
I mean as well as I'd like to.
No trouble there, girly girl.
So, you're an anvil salesman. Well, that's something quite different.
Takes a real salesman, I can tell you that. Anvils have a very limited appeal, you know. What am I doing? If I miss that train, I'll get fired. And I gotta leave word about that fella Hill.
Oh, leave it with me.
Not on your tin type. How do I know you deliver these letters?
Try me. There's your train. Now run for it.
Wait. You double-deal little... Who do you think you're protecting? That fella's got a guy in every girl in every county in Illinois, and he's taking it away from every one of them. That's 102 counties. That county with the piano teachers like you can hold each other to keep their mouths shut. Bye-bye, girly girl.
I'm home
How did you see the last of me?
guitar to my name. Good evening, Miss Marianne. I arose now, everyone knows that I'm hoping you'll stay. So here is my love song.
You and Marion
Not fancy or
I have some jelly on the stove.
I arose
There's no jelly on the
to
stove.
be
Well, I'll put some on.
Shall we set, as your mother said?
Well,
You did ask me to call.
Oh, did I? I didn't mean anything.
Miss Marion, I'm not suggesting your invitation inferred anything but academic alignment. The think system? I've been by your house a time or two this week to try to explain it to you, but there always seem to be people around. Mostly ladies, I thought.
Yes, Mrs. Squires and some of the ladies.
Oh, good. Wouldn't want anyone beating my time. You wouldn't? Well, it's evidently not a convenient night. I'll see you at the sociable later.
Professor Hill, is it true that you've had 100? What I'm trying to say is,
Yes?
is it true that you've developed a think system?
A what? Think system? Oh, think system. Right. It's actually very simple. Almost as simple as whistling. Nobody has to show you how to use your lips in whistling. You only have to think a tune here to have it come out clearly here. Now just try this yourself before you ask any questions.
Oh, I take your word for it.
Could we sit down?
Are all music teachers as dense as I am?
All music teachers?
Well, I dare say you've met dozens, even 100. And have they all been as interested in the think system as I have?
Some more, some less. One young lady had thought up the same system before I got to her town. She showed me a few refinements.
Oh, I see.
Have I said something wrong?
No, Professor, but I'm sure you have much more interesting things to do than explain the think system to me.
Can't think of one.
And I'm sure I'm very well company for a man of your experience.
Now say, where do you get an idea like that?
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Now, Miss Marion, one mustn't believe everything one hears. After all, one even hears rumors about librarians.
I assume you're talking about Uncle Matty.
Uncle Matty?
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. You know, no matter what they say, he left me an assured job so Mother Winthrop and I would have some security. Well, surely you don't believe.
Of course not. That's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think people start those rumors anyway?
Narrow-mindedness? Jealousy? Jealousy mostly, I guess.
Exactly. And jealousy mostly starts rumors about traveling salesmen. Now, what have you?
Oh, nothing about you in particular, just generally.
Well, what have you heard generally?
Just that. But of course it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy could lead to, I mean, take you for instance, and your attention to customers and to teachers. Well, it very well might be misinterpreted now, mightn't they? Well, I mean, now honestly, now mightn't they?
Why?
Well, and as you say, if another salesman or if someone were jealous, that they could be downright lies now, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Oh, of course.
So it just stands to reason that if you just discuss things, if you don't
Miss
believe...
Mary, I would be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you. But couldn't we do it sitting down? You do sit, your knees bend and all.
Oh, yes, we could sit on the porch steps.
We could also sit on a large valuable log over the footbridge.
Oh, I couldn't dream of it. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Just to talk.
Oh, really? I have to change for the sociable.
Then meet me there in 15 minutes.
Oh, I just can't. Maybe tomorrow.
My dear little librarian. Collect enough tomorrows and you'll find you've built up nothing but a lot of empty yesterdays. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd like to make today worth remembering.
Oh. I would too.
The footbridge. 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Mama! What? Oh, I just told Professor Hill I'd meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Glory be, and the saints be praised, it works!
What does?
I've been using the think system on you from the parlor.
it to get those kids to show up at the social bowl.
Yeah.
Here's most of the dough. I got Tommy to collect it. He's trying to keep them together at least. They're holding a rehearsal over at the lumberyard or something.
All right, Morris. Go get the ring. What time's the freight coming?
Well, 9:40 from the junction.
It's not even 8:30 yet.
Look, you want to turtle wordle around here and get yourself caught in the bunny trap, you go right ahead.
Don't worry, Morris. I'll meet you at the hotel in plenty of time. Why, Miss Mary? You're late.
Oh, but you said 15 minutes.
Well, what I meant was about 26 years late. Took you all this time to get to the footbridge where I fell.
Well, to be honest, it was almost longer. About halfway here, I almost turned back.
Really?
I'm sure I'm not the first person to realize that it's easier to think clearly when not under the spell of your salesmanship.
Miss Mary, surely you don't think I've been trying to sell you anything?
Oh, no. Well, you've given me something. That's why I decided to come.
I don't recall
Yes.
giving you.
Something beautiful. Oh, don't be afraid that I expect too much more. One can't expect a traveling salesman to stay put. There have been many ports of call, and I'm sure there'll be many more. But that doesn't mean I can't be grateful for what you left behind for me.
Marion,
There were bells on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all till there was you. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them ringing. No, I never saw them at all till there was you. And there was music, and there were wonderful roses. They tell me in sweet fragrant meadows of dawn and dew. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it till there was you. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was
there are a lot of things you don't know about me.
Greg,
Excuse me. I'm expecting a cable from Hector Berlioz. This could be it. Now what?
Look, who's the salesman here? Sounds like she's selling and you're buying.
Look, I didn't know I was going to be able to leave tonight. I had to keep her off balance.
Don't you look at her? She's so far off balance you can't tell her from a catboat in a hurricane.
Listen, Buster Brown, I've come up through the ranks on this skirmish. I'm not resigning without my commission.
Greg, you're not going to get anywhere out here on the footbridge.
There's a place over by Madison Picnic Park. Makes this footbridge look like the old ladies' home. Now beat it. Go get the ring. Never a peaceful minute in the music business. Now then, where were we?
You're about to tell me all the things I don't know about you?
Oh, well, we don't really need to go into that now, do we?
Oh, no, or ever for that matter, Harold. The librarian hasn't felt much like doing research lately, but she did enough when you first came here.
Oh, really?
Yes, on Harold Hale, Gary Conservatory, class of Odd 5. Now, Harold, there wasn't a Gary Conservatory in Owatonna 5.
Right, that's true.
Because the town wasn't even built till Out 6.
You knew the whole time?
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came here. I ripped this out of the Indiana Journal. My original intent was to use it against you, but now I give it to you with all of my heart.
But if you knew, then why didn't you? Why you? And 110 cornets played the air, and I modestly took my place as the one and only bass, and I bowed up and down the square.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love.
With 110 cornets right behind.
Our star is shining its brightest light.
There were horns of every shape and sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be.
With 110 cornets played the air.
I wish I may, and I wish I might. Now good night, my someone. Good night.
Rick, this guy's crazy. He's going all over town, spilling everything.
I'll say I'm crazy. Missed my train, only lost my job. But I got you now, Hill, and you'll pay. Would have been in the clink if it hadn't been for that piano teacher. Tell her all about you. What she do? Lily gags me around till I can't see shit.
Now, you get out of here right now, or I'm gonna kill you, you dirty mouth.
You big boy, you big blow up. I'll stay in this town till you get yours up, down, through, and sideways. Why? You never even knew the territory.
Come on, Rick, I got your stuff. You better go.
And the phone.
Stop! Stop! Listen to this man.
You gullible green grass goats! Can't you see that you're being swindled out of your eye teeth right now? This minute, there's a burglar in the bedroom while you're fiddling around in the parlor. I'm talking about Harold Hill, road agent, highwayman, pickpocket. Pickpocket? The same thing. He's had his hand on your wallet, mister. And yours, man. And yours, little lady. Ever since the first moment he stepped foot in this town. There isn't any band, there never has been any band, and there never will be any band. And if you don't chase this man down like a mad dog right now, then it won't be any Harold Hill either. He'll be on the next train out of town.
Now will you believe me?
Well, what are we waiting for?
I want my money back.
Money back, I want his hide.
After him. And when he finds him, bring him to the schoolhouse. After him. Try the low road. Look by the creek. Try the mill. Back of the privy.
check over by the creek?
Winthrop!
Hold on there a minute, son.
I'm not your son, let me go!
Not until I talk to you for a minute.
I won't listen, you wouldn't tell the truth anyway.
Would to?
Would not.
Would to. Tell you anything you want to know.
You lead a band.
No.
You a big fat liar.
Yes.
You a dirty rotten crook.
Yes.
Let me go, you big liar!
Look, you wanted the truth, didn't you? Now I'm bigger than you and you're gonna get it all, so you might as well stand there and quit wiggling. Now, there's two things you're entitled to know. One, you're a wonderful kid. I thought so from the first. That's why I wanted you in the band, just so you'd quit moping around feeling sorry for yourself.
Band.
I always think there's a band, kid.
And what's the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, the other thing isn't any of your business, now that I think about it.
Listen, never come to River City!
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, you believe it?
I believe every word he ever said.
But he promised
I know what he promised us, and it all came true, just like he said. The lights, the colors, the flags, and the symbols.
Where was all that?
In the way every kid in this town walked and acted all summer. Especially you. And the parents, too. Well, does Mama wish he'd never come to River City?
Well, you do, don't you?
No, Winthrop. Now go, Harold, please.
Arm the feather.
I can't.
Why not?
For the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door.
There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was you.
Right there, here! Go, go!
That's what, Professor!
Which is why I interrupted this program at this point. Rest assured, my fellow river citizens, that this snake in our bosom would have been misapprehended by this time. Yes, and always remember that I did everything in my power to prevent this dire happening from happening. 80.
What have you done to get our money back?
That professor's made nearly $300 in uniforms just tonight.
And we haven't even seen any uniforms yet.
She's right.
He's slippery, I told you.
I haven't seen any uniforms or my boy either since just after supper.
He's a dangerous man.
He's a kidnapper.
Fine situation here.
Yeah.
70. Just a minute. Virtue has triumphed. The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those in this hall who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not say them nay.
Well, I should think that some of you would want to remember what River City was like before Harold Hill came to town. Well, do you remember? Well, do you? And if you do, I would think that some of you would want to admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time here, ma'am. If there's anyone in this hall who does not think that this man Hill should be tarred and feathered, let him stand up. You ladies, sit down! And the rest of you standing there like caught Shropshire sheep. Have you forgotten how you paid for high-priced band instruments? For expensive band uniforms and technical instruction books? Have you forgotten the clear understanding And warranty that there would be a band? Well, where's the band? Where's the band?
Think, man. Think.
That's my Marty! That tune was my Marty!
Eddie! That's Maddie's clarinet.
Linus, play to me, son, play to me.
Think! That's what
That's Winthrop!
I'm expecting a cable from Hector Berlioz. This could be it. Now what?
Look, who's the salesman here? Sounds like she's selling and you're buying.
Look, I didn't know I was going to be able to leave tonight. I had to keep her off balance.
Would you look at her? She's so far off balance you can't tell her from a catboat in a hurricane.
Listen, Buster Brown, I've come up through the ranks on this skirmish. I'm not resigning without my commission.
Greg, you're not going to get anywhere out here on the footbridge.
There's a place over by Madison Picnic Park. Makes this footbridge look like the old ladies' home. Now beat it. Go get the ring. Never a peaceful minute in the music business. Now then, where were we?
You're about to tell me all the things I don't know about you?
Oh. Well, we don't really need to go into that now, do we?
Oh, no, or ever for that matter, Harold. The librarian hasn't felt much like doing research lately, but she did enough when you first came here.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm Harold Hale, Gary Conservatory, class of Odd 5. Now, Harold, there wasn't a Gary Conservatory in Odd 5.
Why, there's certainly...
Because the town wasn't even built till Odd 6.
You knew the whole time?
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came here. I ripped this out of the Indiana Journal. My original intent was to use it against you, but now I give it to you with all of my heart.
But if you knew, then why didn't you? Why, you little... And 110 cornets played the air, and I modestly took my place as the one and only bass, and I bowed up and down the square.
Good night, my someone, good night, my love.
With 110 cornets right behind.
Our star is shining, its brightest light.
There were horns of every shape and sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be.
With 110 cornets played the air.
I wish I may, and I wish I might. Now good night, my someone. Good night.
Greg, this guy's crazy. He's going all over town spilling everything.
I'll say it, crazy. Missed my train, only lost my job. But I got you now, Hill, and you'll pay. Would have been in the clink if it hadn't have been for that piano teacher. Tell her all about, what she do. Lily gags me around till I can't see shit.
Now, you get out of here right now, or I'm gonna kill you,
What?
dirty mouth.
You big boy, you big blow up. I'll stay in this town till you get yours up, down, through, and sideways. Why, you never even knew the territory.
Come on, Greg, I got your stuff. You better go.
squint down to your eye teeth right now, this minute. There's a burglar in the bedroom while you're fiddling around in the parlor. I'm talking about Harold Hill, road agent, highwayman, pickpocket.
Pickpocket?
The same thing. He's had his hand on your wallet, mister. And yours, man. And yours, little lady. Ever since the first moment he stepped foot in this town. There isn't any band, there never has been any band, and there never will be any band. And if you don't chase this man down like a mad dog right now, there won't be any Harold Hill either. He'll be on the next train out of town.
Now will you believe me?
Well, what are we waiting for?
I want my money back.
Money back? I want his hide.
After him! And when you find him, bring him to the schoolhouse. After him! Try the low road. Look by the creek. Try the mill. Back of the privy.
I had to see you, Marion.
No, you don't owe me a word. Not a word.
Red! He's not over here. We better check over by the creek.
Winthrop!
Hold on there a minute, son.
I'm not your son, let me go!
Not until I talk to you for a minute.
I won't listen, you wouldn't tell the truth anyway.
Would to?
Would not.
Would to. Tell you anything you want to know.
You lead a band.
No.
You big fat liar.
Yes.
You dirty rotten crook.
Yes.
Let me go, you big liar!
Look, you wanted the truth, didn't you? Now I'm bigger than you and you're gonna get it all, so you might as well stand there and quit wiggling. Now, there's two things you're entitled to know. One, you're a wonderful kid. I thought so from the first. That's why I wanted you in the band, just so you'd quit moping around feeling sorry for yourself.
Band.
I always think there's a band, kid.
And what's the other thing I'm entitled to know?
Well, the other thing isn't any of your business, when I think about it.
Listen, never come to River City!
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, you believe it?
I believe every word he ever said.
But he promised
I know what he promised us, and it all came true, just like he said. The lights, the colors, the flags, and the symbols.
Where was all that?
In the way every kid in this town walked and acted all summer. Especially you. And the parents, too. Well, does Mama wish he'd never come to River City?
Well, you do, don't you?
No, Winthrop. Now go, Harold, please.
Or Feather.
I can't.
Why not?
For the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door.
There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was you.
Right there, here. Go, go.
That's it, Professor!
Which is why I interrupted this program at this point. Rest assured, my fellow river citizens, that this snake in our bosom would have been misapprehended by this time. Yes, retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those in this hall who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not say the name.
Well, I should think that some of you would want to remember what River City was like before Harold Hill came to town. Do you remember? Well, do you? And if you do, I would think that some of you would want to admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time here, ma'am. If there's anyone in this hall who does not think that this man Hill should be tarred and feathered, let him stand up. You ladies, sit down! And the rest of you standing there like caught Shropshire sheep. Have you forgotten how you paid for high-priced band instruments? For expensive band uniforms and technical instruction books? Have you forgotten the clear understanding and warranty that there would be a band? Well, where's the band? Where's the band?
Think, man. Think.